welcome to Haitian Hideout. I'm coming to you guys live with a video on how to play in worship and effective ways that you can add in a Haitian church setting or for any setting that has to deal with worship. Right, and right now I'm just playing things that are popping up in my head, things that I feel would go. Right, so we're playing in the key of B, the B major scale. Right, this is the B major scale: B, D flat, E flat, E, F sharp, A flat, B flat, B. Okay, that is the B major scale. Okay, so for you guys that don't know your number system, right? The number system is simple, really. All right. So if you're starting on the B, right, the B is going to be your 1. Okay. The D flat is going to be your 2. The E flat is going to be your 3. E is going to be your 4. F sharp is going to be your 5. A flat is going to be your 6. B flat is going to be your 7, and B is going to be your 1 or your 8. Right. So one thing that I like to do when I'm playing in worship, right? One of the main things I like to do is I like to play over the 4, okay? And in this key of B, the 4 is E, okay? So what I like to do is I like to play the 4, right? But I never like to play, just block chord, just like that. What I'll do is I'll add this F sharp sometimes, right? And what I do is that gives a little bit more fullness, right? And whatever you can do when you're playing in worship, right, you can always go back to this 4 chord, right? So for example, if I'm playing in worship, they're about to start singing, right? I'll go back on that 4, right? See? That F sharp right there, I'll add that. Okay, so that's one effective way for you to play, right, during worship, whether the preacher is preaching or they're about to be praying. You can add that F sharp, right? And also too, you can do it you can add it up here, right? So like I just did there. So, right? So I added this F sharp up here instead of doing like this, right? I took this F sharp, I put up here, right? And that's an effective way for you to change it up, but still play in essence the same thing, right? You're still playing this F chord right here, this E chord right here, sorry, right? Which is your 4, right? So now you can go to 6, right? Right? This is a flat 9 sus 4. But what I like to do is I like to just think of it as the 5 chord, right? F sharp. F sharp is the 5th note in the B major scale. I just play that chord over the 6, which is A flat. A flat is the 6th. And I just play it over like this, right? But what you can do to make it sound prettier is on the left hand, you can do the A flat and you could do the F sharp, right? And then on the right hand, you can do B flat, D flat, and the F sharp up here, right? Right? And then you go back to the 5, to the 4. And you see right here, I didn't put in the E right here. And you can hear how that makes it sound brighter, rather than me doing this. Right? It's like me doubling up this chord, right? There's no need. Okay, and now if I bring this F sharp up here, right, it's gonna sound like, all right, okay. So that's one effective way I play for worship, right? Another thing that I do is simple patterns or simple progressions, right? And that's one of the first places you can start is just do simple progressions. So for example, right, I'm gonna play a 4, 6, 1, 5, right? And then just play simple chords, right? Just do simple chords, right? The 4, the 6, the 1, the 5, back to the 4, right? And this is simple techniques you can do, right? If they're saying, "Here I worship you," right? And they're singing the praises and they're glorifying God, right? You can just do that, right? Simple stuff like that can effectively make you sound like you're, really bringing out the atmosphere in the church, right? And remember that we're in the key of B, okay? Don't forget that B, okay? So, last thing I'll go over in this video is when you're playing for worship, you don't want to do too much, right? You don't want to be all over the place. You don't want to shine bright. What you want to do is you want to assist, all right? You want to be in a support role for whatever's going on, right? And this goes hand in hand with talk music. You don't want to overpower the person that's talking or praying, right? So another thing I like to do is, if I want to go to the 4, right, I like to go to the 1 before going to the 4. Okay, so I'll do this, right, and I'll maybe reset what I'm doing, right? And I'm trying my best to not, do too much, right? Just to sit right there, right? And going back to this E, this 4, right? I like to call it my worship chord, right? That's the chord that I really favor a lot when it comes to playing for worship, right? Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Hit the bell for upcoming videos. It was a pleasure. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys real soon.